Okay, this girl here on Wendy, she's pulling them. She married her step grandfather, right? And again, so this is what the guy looks like, right? That's what the girl looks like, right? So this is on Wendy today, and it's on one of the Real Housewives shows. At all. But I'm back for next week. From the beginning to the credits. Uh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City airs Wednesday nights at 10, really late, on Bravo. Yes, on Bravo. All right. So that's channel 430 on Comcast Xfinity. This is Beverly Hills right now. Beverly Hills! That's where I want to be! Living in Beverly Hills. Here's Atlanta. Here's that too. Mm-hmm. So it starts the 6th of December to the 13th to the 20th. And then Orange County is the 9th of December. Then the 16th. Then the 30th, which is today, by the way. And Friday's payday. No, tomorrow's payday, right? I think today is Wednesday, right? Because the first falls on the Friday, which means we get paid tomorrow on the 31st, right? And I think today is Wednesday, right? Let me check what's playing. So the usual programming on the big five, I guess you could call them down. Yeah, the Goldbergs, right? No, Young Sheldon is on. That's usually on Thursday, right? Matt Singer, Matt Dancer, right? Who is on the front line. Dogs of the Year, 911, Mom, SEAL Team. That's usually on, yeah. Chicago Fire, yeah, that's usually Wednesday, right? SWAT, MPD, and Med. And the Connors, yeah, that's a Wednesday show. Right? 10, 21, 20, 11, 4, 20, 11, 18, 20, and 11, 25, 20. Right? So, yeah. And they have a dog show or 10 dog stories of 2020 on CW. And here is on the front line. On CW, and then The Masked Dancer is on Fox. This is from 27th, though. Then 911. This is from the 27th of April, though. Right? The one that got away. An apartment building blaze, and A blind woman trapped inside the apartment is who they're trying to save. And then SWAT. Mm-hmm. And then San Andreas with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and then Noah with Russell Crowe. Day After Tomorrow with Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal. 2012. Noah. Land of the Lost with Farrell and the Ferris and Denny R. McBride. Man, because that's, you know, when you think that's just the beat, bro. Not sure. The church doing wrong. Doesn't your mind say, "How you doing?" That's the first thing you think of. But you know, the mistress is a beautiful woman. No, show the one that's in today's New York papers. Her name is Rain In, and she's 34. Oh, we can't show that other picture? I think we have it, yeah. If we don't have it, I'm going home. Oh. This is blurry, and it's pretty, but... Okay. We don't have it yet. We don't have it yet? We talked about it in our meeting. Yeah, I showed it to you, that, like, we were talking about this picture, but apparently, legally, we can't show it. Oh, well then buy the New York Post. Buy the New York Post, okay, and look at the picture. She's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Stunning, even. So, now she's talking. She paid an app to do a background check after meeting the pastor. And she found out that he was married with 3 children and didn't care. Oh. Did not care. Invited him over to her house, and she says in the New York Post, the first time he came over, he asked if he could put his hand on my thigh. He seemed awkward, like a virgin. And he always referred to me as his Middle Eastern unicorn. She's Middle Eastern, but her hair was very, very blonded out. She doesn't look, you know, like dark hair, olive skin. None of that. It's like, you know, blonde hair, facial skin. Yeah, like she does stuff. Yeah. Anyway, he said that he had a wife and felt guilty. Oh, wait, no, that's the wife. Yeah. Said that he had a wife and felt guilty, yet he was sitting there in her apartment. That's why you don't go to the woman's apartment. Right? She was kicked out of the church as well. See, he was fired from the church. He's no longer the pastor. But she and all their children are kicked out of the church. Well, the 11-year-old, the 15-year-old, and the 16-year-old. I just told daughters are hot. I don't want to worship where there's scandal. I would kick them out of the church as well. All right. The kids too. There are plenty of places to worship. I don't need this mess while I'm trying to talk to, you know, a higher power. It's obviously the power they're talking to ain't God, huh? Right. You know what? I would just quit the church as a regular parishioner. I would quit and find another church. Like, I don't need this mess. You know, I only have one Sunday today. Right. This week? That's sweet. I don't need this. Yeah, it's once a week. That's so sweet. So the mistress is now going Hollywood. She'll probably be a housewife. You know, she's got a better storyline than Mary Cosby. Oh. Who?
so let's move on to the Bachelorette.
All right. So I heard about that. Mm-hmm. The pastor had an affair with a woman while married. See, right? Now, I'm not saying, okay, if me and Daphne had a menage a trois with the tarot card reader, I don't remember that. But if she did let it happen, that would be later on or something like that, right? But as far as I know, she went on back wherever Daphne got her from. Right. Right. I don't even know where she came from. But anyway, we did that one time. But see, I didn't cheat on her until we went through the divorce proceedings and after I got out the hospital after falling 3 stories anyway. And then I met Mary Bell February 14th, where I met Daphne February 15th, right? So, like I said, that was another coincidence with meeting Mary Bell in February, right? But one before Valentine's Day, actually, I met her more than 13th, actually, right? And our first date was on the 14th, and with Daphne, we met the 15th, and we just hit it off and went straight to a motel room that day. Well, with Mary Bell, I met her the 13th, and our first date was the 14th, and we went to the motel room, right? So, anyway, I was trying to get over Daphne by then, but Mary Bell lasted 18 months, and I didn't cheat on her till the third month when I moved back to Georgia. And that's through little Roddy set me up with his Donna's friend Michelle, right? And like I said, I did it to, you know, see if she would net. I met someone else briefly, but it seemed to be kind of dragging there too, right? I didn't see her but 2 weeks. We met around the 1st of September, and then I didn't see her again until around the middle, right? Before I went to uh, Norfolk to take care of the traffic problem in Portsmouth, right? I stayed at the Navy Lodge, and that was uh, Wednesday, Thursday. I drove up, right? Stayed at a motel one night. Me and Mary Bella hooked up around the 20th, right? And then around we saw each other Friday. We had sex in the motel room, and then Saturday we didn't. And I just drove on home.
Good to be back. You look so great.
Britney Spears, I think.
All right, so Britney Spears, right? So for years, she has been in this conservatorship with her father for 12 years, to be in fact. He controls her finances. He makes sure that she's getting the treatment she needs for her mental health issues. Well, she has been in court, as you know, Wendy, trying to get her dad to not be the conservator anymore.
Uh-oh.
So there was a hearing this week, and Britney Spears' lawyer, he is dropping bombs and nuggets for us. So he is saying things because he knew that this hearing wasn't closed, that press would have access to this and to some of the documents. This is what Britney Spears' attorney is saying. He says, my client has informed me that she is afraid of her father and that she will not perform again if her father is in charge of her career.
Now, that's what we all saw. We all saw that Britney said that.
Wow, that's kind of serious accusation there.
I will not perform again if my father has anything to do with it.
So Britney hasn't performed since she had her residency in Las Vegas, where she stopped after her dad got sick. Then she entered treatment. But let me point out to you a few things about Jamie Spears, her dad. He has not only been a conservative for over a decade, he has taken her from being in debt to owing millions of dollars to now being in the clear. She now has an estate worth $60 million. So there are a lot of people that feel like, well, maybe she shouldn't have a conservatorship anymore. But his attitude from his attorney is that this is in place for a reason. Britney needs someone controlling her finances, helping her, but she does have freedom. She travels, she does stuff, she buys things, she has a boyfriend, so it's not like she's under lock and key.
Right.
But it gets more complicated. complicated. Brittany's
Very
mom,
complicated.
Lynn, she was in court too. Okay. She does not want her ex-husband as the conservator anymore. And let me tell you what she said. Okay. Through her attorney, the attorney said that the father allegedly said that Brittany is like a racehorse and that she should be handled like one. Lynn Spears also said that her ex Jamie said she also calls their relationship toxic, and she says that they need to start fresh. But keep $60 million
Oh,
on
that
the
the
table
toxic.
here. They're all fighting over money,
Really?
and Brittany's in the middle, and it's really sad to see these parents fighting. Is it
Sounds like some of the younger actors, like
So now that they went to court, who is
Gary
controlling the money?
Coleman's parents did him wrong, and
well, not so fast. Sorry,
I think
Brittany,
Emmanuel
not
Lewis'
siding with you
parents
today.
might have did him
Your dad is
wrong,
going to
and
stay as co-conservator with this trust called Bessemer Trust.
now I know Gary died of what was it? Kidney failure, yeah, due to diabetes and the size.
And I never believed that her father had any bad intention with Brittany. And I don't know what Lynn is talking about. I know that Brittany gets along very well with her sister. And we follow Brittany on social media. And I think Brittany still needs to get well. I think that Brittany is still in a very bad place.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Let's talk about it, because I follow all of Brittany's posts, and she posts the same videos over and over wearing the same outfits. But I do want you to hear from Brittany's own words. She says she's fine. Take a listen.
Hi, so I know that there have been a lot of comments and a lot of people saying a lot of different things about me, but I just want to let you guys know that I am fine. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm sending all of you guys a lot of prayers, wishes, and a lot of love.
All right, so look, Brittany says that she's fine, but I'm going to tell you something. I did an investigation into Brittany and into the Free Brittany movement a little over a year ago for CNN. As I'm sure you guys know, when you follow social media, you see the hashtag Free Brittany. There are a lot of her fans that are outside protesting in front of the courthouse. They were there this weekend, masked with signs. They think that Jamie is terrible.
And this is why Brittany did the wrong thing by letting us know that she doesn't get along with her father. Because her fans, like, I love Brittany, but I'm not part of her beehive.
It fuels them.
Like, the father must have now 24-hour security, 7 days a week, always looking out for somebody with a screw loose.
Gets death threats.
Yes.
And so the Free Brittany movement says that Brittany is a, quote, prisoner in her home, that it's not really her posting on social, that, you know, she has no freedom to do anything. Brittany does have control of her social media. If she didn't have control, then she wouldn't be posting photo after photo after photo of the same outfit every single day. And we know, though, that when she doesn't take her medicine and that when she isn't, you know, having these people around her like her father, that she sleeps all day, like when she was in Vegas, that she repeats herself over and over, asks the same questions, and that she really does need her dad and people around her to make sure that she's gonna not be in debt and she's gonna take her medicine, and hopefully that means that she will get to go on tour again, because we all want to see her back on stage.
Yes. Thank you, Chloe. Chloe Milos, everybody. I'm sorry. More great show for you. Up next, Fix My Life star, Eon.
Okay, I don't really know her. Anyway, that's kind of the point. Brittany, like me, had a breakdown. Though, hers didn't involve a girlfriend, but mine did. But the problem is, I don't know what happened with the girlfriend either, because I was trying to do as normal things as I could with her, though I told her about being one of the two witnesses. Maybe that was it, but I don't know, right? But I wasn't telling her to make her feel like, hey, you can't marry me, I'm one of the two witnesses. No, not like that, but, unless she didn't even realize we had sex, which is, you know, and, you know, the only thing I can think of is some people in the church want to wait for marriage and some people don't, right? You know, and I wasn't waiting for marriage anymore. And she didn't tell me she was or wasn't, so I didn't think that's right, you know. But she didn't volunteer the information. She's like, Shane, I'm waiting for marriage before sex. Don't pull out my panties and underwear. So I'm like, okay, what's going on, right? Uh-huh. And, right, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. or what I said wrong or what we did wrong. And I thought we were all on board. And, I know my penis is average, but it's, you know if I had sex with you or licked your vagina one time, I hope. or not. Now, I attempted to the night before, but the following day I just went for the sex. That's an option a male has, right? And she didn't say I couldn't have sex with her, right? And she didn't let me pull down her underwear and shorts, right? And then after we were finished real quick, which is called a quickie when you're doing it in the park under a tree, right? Well, even if you were going to do oral sex with her, you're still got to pull down her shorts and panties, right? Only thing is, I switched it to sex, right? And she didn't say she was looking for marriage, so I didn't know what she was opposed to that, right? That's all I can say about it, too. I wasn't trying to trick her or anything, but whatever. You don't think I'm not looking for sex? What do you think I meant when I was with 5 other women before you? I mean, sexually without being legally married to them yet. And you would be the 6th if you, acting weird about it. I know. And see, even Daphne, I had sex with first and then married her, right? That's what I thought you would understand I would do anyway. I know. Right? I wouldn't just fuck you and leave you either, right? Wasn't trying to commit fornication, but was trying to make love, which is a different spirit, right? See, some people in the Bible have had sex without a ceremony first, like, for example, Isaac and Rebecca, right? Soon as she got there, they just went into the tent and started doing the wild thing. No ceremony, no nothing. That was just his wife. That's it. That's it. No ifs, ands, and buts, right? Mm-hmm. I know. Isaac and Rebecca didn't even have a marriage ceremony. If you read it right, I mean, as soon as he saw her, he took her to the tent, to his mother's tent, and they did it. That's it. That's it. No ceremony, no nothing. And they just lived together after that as husband and wife. Now, with Dina and Sechem now, she was in their city among their people, and it's not said if she was raped. It just said her and Sechem had sex, and it was Levi and Simeon, whoever he had right there, right? Pretending he was treating her like a whore or something, right? Well, when did that ever come up, right? Mm-hmm. In the story there. Mm-hmm. Now, it's between Joseph and before Joseph and all that, right? During that time. Mm-hmm. And if the 7 women who take hold of one man has to do with Jesus, and he takes away their reproach, that can also be childbearing. And the woman at the well had 5 husbands, a lover, and met Jesus as the 7th man in her life. And back then, Miss Myers, taking away a reproach being like, you know, Zachariah and Elizabeth, right? Even Rachel, when she finally conceived Joseph, said, "Thank you, Lord, for taking away my reproach among women." Exactly. Like I read to you before, Bill Haw will sit in and had Dan, which, Dan is the only tribe of Israel not mentioned in Revelations, by the way, for some reason. Like, can't have 13 tribes, can you? Bill Haw had a second child with Naphtali. Mm-hmm. And Zilpah is her handmaid, right? Mm-hmm. Real stretch of the names there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Bilhah had Gad, Asher, and Reuben found some mandrake or something when he went to a harvest. Mm-hmm. And this is a sibling rivalry, by the way. And Leah, because of the mandrake, which is a root, right? And Rachel wanted the root probably to help her get pregnant, but instead Leah got pregnant herself again. Uh-huh. Now, the difference here between Rachel and Leah, and again, Hagar and Sarah, is Hagar was Sarah's Egyptian slave. I guess who they got when she went into Egypt the first time, right? And the king tried to take her, right? The Pharaoh tried to take her, right? To be his wife. But then the Lord shut up all the wombs, Sheena. That's where I get some of the things I told you about in the rape prophecy, right? I also made the men impotent, so they couldn't really have sex or anything with you or me. Because I felt pressure from my shipmates that they were trying to force me into being gay, right? Which is also why I didn't know you didn't was opposed to pre-marriage sex, right? Though I was having it with women, starting with Shay's party all the way to Rose, which was the longest relationship I was in. And then you became a one night stand. Then the girl from the club, the woman from the club with the daughter and a roommate, right? Um, the woman, Lisa, Tanya, then Stephanie. Now, some of them I don't even remember their names. About uh, half I don't remember their names, right? Though Beverly, I remember her name because of I knew another redhead named Beverly, right? Mm-hmm. And then Leah has Issachar. Now it's weird. Issachar and Isaac are double S for some reason. Uh-huh. And here's where Nina is conceived after that. Mm-hmm. After Zebulon. But then by Now, what they don't tell you is, was it 7 years after she had married Jacob and that she finally had Joseph? Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Sometime after this, right? Mm-hmm. But what I'm trying to say is, if it was you were waiting for marriage, I did not know that, right? I didn't do it to trick you or take advantage of you, but you didn't say you were opposed to premarital sex. And some people in the church are, and some people in the church do it anyway. You got to tell me your stance. Of course, do I automatically assume everyone in this church is doing premarital sex? No. But do I also assume everyone is waiting for marriage? No. No. Some people do, and some people don't. And you're not any more judged by Satan, God, or Jesus, whether you do or not, right? See, Satan condemns absolutely, but God and Jesus forgive absolutely. But that's why we're all sinners, saved by grace through faith, not of works, least to the image of us anyway. Nobody's perfect, right? Now, another reason I think Rachel may have had problems conceiving with Jacob is she could have been a negative blood type. And also, when she had the second child, she died, and also she stole one of her father's idols, which he went looking for. And Jacob said, well, whoever got the idol should die. Uh-oh. Rachel had an idol, lied about it to her father. Is that why she died? As well. And because of Rachel's death, RH negative person can only have one child with an RH positive being, right? Unless he gets the shot, right? Which they say they can give you a shot and then you might have a second child, but that all depends.